You don't need motivation. You don't need motives when you're alive. Which motive, which bigger motive do you want? Which greater motive than being alive do you need? Seriously, my friend, you don't need motivation. You need to wake up into a life of inspiration, into a life of knowing that you are alive, knowing that you are alive. When you're alive, you don't need any more motives. You're alive. You just are alive. And you do everything from the position of being alive. And then, believe it or not, you have the energy to do other things than not creating your connection to being alive. You won't even look for motives. You won't have to. Being alive is the greatest motive you could ever imagine. You will wake up inspired. How come so many people are not waking up inspired? Because the system, society, and ourselves have killed our inspiration, our very connection to existence. Now you're gonna tell me I'm full of crap. But you exist before anything else. Did you wake up this morning and realize that? Are you living from that perspective? Are you living from that realization? Or you're living from being a zombie? Almost as if you're gone already. What? You're here. And if you're here for claiming the gift of being alive and not for suffering reality, not for creating a punishment or participating in a punishment for yourself. This is the ultimate miracle. Realize you're alive. The very pulse of life that comes from this, the thing that everybody talks about. Yes, your heart. Open it. And I'm not being poetic. Open it. There's a cavity here. There's a potential here that is infinite. Open it. Breathe through it. Open the chest. Open the cavity. This is the pulse of life. This is translated into vitality. This is translated into energy, physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy, connection to the spirit. This knows where to go. There's no losing when you're connected to this. Existence itself is pulsating from here, but people just want to use their brains. The brain has a miraculous capacity, but don't live through this and forget this. Use this when you need this. Use this when you need this. Okay? Understand who you are. Understand the machine that you're dealing with here. Understand that your eyes, your mind, your heart are capable of realizing something miraculous, but they're also capable of creating a nightmare for yourself. And if you're living in a nightmare, or if you're living in a situation that may seem hopeless, then everything else in your life becomes hopeless as well. Then you're not enough. Then other people are winning, but you're a loser. Then you're sad, and then more and more and more and more noise just coming from the outside and ripping you apart, and you get so lost and confused. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. It doesn't sustain itself, and it's not meant to be like that. You are alive. You're born perfect already, but then we get corrupted into thinking that you should do that you should do this, you should do that, and completely forget who you are. We get corrupted and deceived into thinking negative things that disempower us, into being overly sexualized, into being bullies, into being everything they already know, into becoming slaves, into hating our parents, into hating the people around us, into playing power games of you love somebody whenever it's convenient, but then if they mess with your ego a little bit, then you hate them, but then you love them, but then you hate them, but then you want to win the argument because you don't want to lose. That sounds like two chimps fighting, dismembering themselves fearlessly, like fiercely. You're not an animal. You're a sovereign being that exists, and it's able to realize that to the ultimate extent. You can live whatever dream life you could ever picture, only if you have the energy to do it. Only if the message is right, the connection is right, and the cycle is complete. The potential is inside of you. The energy is inside of you. Use that energy for realizing the truth and stop living by what's false, what are lies. Simple as that. Everything changes. Everything changes. When you take all the properties of the universe in your favor, and I don't care what you do, the universe is in your favor. Some people want to be pessimistic about life. Good luck. All you got is your experience. Whatever you're feeling, however you navigate through the world, however you see things. And I see existence as a miracle, as a blessing, and as a gift. And I choose to exist that way. And you deserve that too, because the gift is yours. And no one else can take it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The ability of just being. Just being. The world is going to collapse. All right, let's see what's going to happen then. Let's see. Let's see who's more powerful then. Let's see. Let's see where they take their power from. This is the truth right here. This is the light. This is the power that dissolves all lies. This is the power which destroys all darkness. Do you understand? Realize that you're alive, my son and my daughter. Realize that you are alive, a very son and daughters of existence. Claim your beautiful existence. Claim the infinite love, the infinite eternity that lives inside of each and every one of us. There's no losing. The game is already won. You exist. You exist. Tap into this, and you won't have motives that you need. And you see your energy purify inside of yourself instead of going through the world trying to hurt people because you've been hurt. And that's how 99% of people go through it. I've been there. Everything I say in this channel comes from personal experience. I've been there. We've all been there. Nobody's perfect. Okay? You are perfect in the eyes of the Creator. You are this perfect manifestation of potential. You exist. Tap into it. Infinite love. It's all there is. What are you going to do? Wait for the robots to take your job and feel hopeless, and every day you wake up hopeless and hopeless and hopeless and hopeless and hopeless. What else do you want? More hopelessness, more pessimism, more war, more everything? Tap into it. The only truth, the one that comes before everything. You exist. All the rest, secondary. All the rest, secondary. Do you understand? Tap into it. Existence, infinite love, infinite love. Love is not pessimistic, nor is optimistic. Love just is, my friend. Love just is. Love is infinite and eternal, the truth of existence itself, period.